You know what someone said? I heard someone say, a Liverpool fan, they said, I'll tell you it was Addy Oladipo. He said, potentially maybe, because he said, should we ask questions of Klopp? And I was like, no. And he was like, potentially, Klopp goes now and you bring in Rafa Benitez to the end of the season.
Listen, I don't think he's at that stage yet.
No, I don't think either.
But I don't think also you can just abstain Klopp of responsibility. Of course you ask questions of Jurgen Klopp. This is a team that pretty much have swept all before them for 2 years. They were very unlucky to lose out to Manchester City 2 seasons ago. They came back and had the league wrapped up with plenty to spare last season. They've won a European Cup under Jurgen Klopp. The decline is startling. I know they've had injuries, and we'll point to Virgil van Dijk as a massive loss, as he would be for any team in the world. But actually, a United friend of mine pointed out earlier, United didn't collapse this badly when they lost Rio Ferdinand to a drugs ban. They didn't collapse this badly when they lost Roy Keane for a year. They finished second that season, but for our friend Andy Cole missing some chance on the final day of the season, they'd actually won the Premier League without Roy Keane. So I'm not buying it.
You know Cole is going to be listening.
He can't call me in anymore, can he? But listen, Jurgen Klopp has to take some responsibility because he's made some bizarre decisions, and those 7 changes today, the latest in a series of bizarre decisions. And there have been times when he's played midfielders in defence and left defenders on the bench. Clearly, he's not resolved the issue with the forward players. So I don't think managers can rest on their laurels. And actually, Graham Souness, speaking on television earlier, put it very eloquently. This is Liverpool. You can't win the league and say, that's okay, I'll put my feet up now. You need to go and win the next trophy. Although maybe you don't if you're Liverpool, because they waited 30 years in between league titles, so maybe there's not that pressure to win back-to-back titles.
I've never seen a man absolutely so happy in all my life. Have you ever seen cricket? Man United winning this today, Liverpool getting beat. Look, Daz, have you ever seen him so happy on this topic?
I've not, and look, he probably deserves to be happy. He's had a lot of lows with Manchester United, and you know they're second in the league. They're still in a trophy, so he can be a bit excited about his season. But look, I totally agree with him. Now, like Crookie said, we was covering the Newcastle West Brom game today.
How was that?
Yeah, well, we had a 90-minute kip, which was quite nice, wasn't it, Crookie? But yeah, we were covering it when the teams were announced, and when Crookie announced the team, we were staggered that 7 changes. I mean, as a centre forward, Daz, you're playing for Fulham, and you need the points, and you see the back line of Nico Williams, Reece Williams, Nathaniel Phillips, and Robertson. You've got to be rubbing your hands together, thinking, "I've got a chance today."
Yeah, of course you have. I mean, where's the leadership there? And honestly, listen, I think Alisson is a top goalkeeper, by the way, like one of the very best. But how shaky has he looked since the 2 centre-backs in front of him keep changing? It's Henderson one time, it's obviously Fabinho, then as you said there, you've got Nat Phillips, you've got Reece Williams. How on edge does Alisson look?
What's happened to Ben Davies? Has Ben
Davies
played a game yet for Liverpool?
Not 1 minute.
He picked up an injury, didn't he? I don't know. There's been no update really on him. I'm sure Liverpool fans will know more, but no, he hasn't. And then obviously Kabak, he's come in, and you can't expect a player to come in who's relatively unknown to come in to the champions and perform like Virgil van Dijk. It's not going to happen. No one really thought that was going to happen. So it's a very, very strange side that he picked today, and we couldn't believe it when he was downstairs. And for me, it just shows he's given up on top 4.
Well, it's interesting you say that. We've got a poll on our Twitter handle. Where will Liverpool finish this season? I think only 6% at the moment. And I'm guessing the majority of people getting involved are Liverpool fans, believe they will finish in the top 4. I mean, it does bring back into question, I think talkSPORT have tweeted about this as well, is this the worst title defence in Premier League history? I don't think it is statistically, because Blackburn, after they won it, were dismal the next season. Leicester were close to relegation, actually, the year after they won it. Had they not got rid of Claudio Ranieri.
I'll let you continue quickly, but the only thing about when people bring Leicester into this title discussion is that they weren't as dominant as Liverpool last season were, like juggernauts of the Premier League.
And the season before.
But Leicester somehow obviously pulled for a miracle to win it. So I don't think you can really put Leicester in that conversation.
No, I agree. For me, Liverpool are the worst defending champions that we've seen.
I don't know who's going to say that.
You can't be far wrong, though. You can't be. There's statistically probably not. Well, definitely not. You've proved that. But like Daz said, in terms of how they were the last 2 seasons, even when they lost to Man City, it was an incredible season. They have been far and away the best club in the Premier League consistently over the last 2 seasons.
What do
And to come out this season like they have, no one see it coming.